Magistrate Mohlolo Khabisi gave his ruling earlier today. The former G4S wardens and a CCTV technician had argued that they are not a flight risk and should be granted bail, but the state opposed that. Of course, 1 to 4, that is applicant 1 to 4 receiving bail today, or not receiving bail today, while applicant number 5 was granted bail of 10,000 rand. Let's take you to senior reporter Silindelo Masikane, who was covering court proceedings for us. She joins us now live from Bloemfontein. Of course, Slee, this judgment happening just a short while ago. What's been the reaction so far from people, especially those who've been in support of the Bering family?
Jubilation on behalf of the Bering family. They believe that the ruling was fair. They believe that the magistrate really considered all of the issues that were put before him in terms of weighing the interests of justice against the personal circumstances of the accused. You would remember those emotional scenes before court proceedings this morning where Katlego Bering's mom on her hands and knees outside of the courthouse praying, asking her ancestors, asking her son's spirit to accompany her inside court, saying that they should not allow the release of the accused on bail. And it seems those prayers were answered. At least 4 of the 5 accused not being granted bail. The 5th who was granted bail, of course, of the applicants, that is Nastasia Jansen, she was granted bail of 10,000 rand. And of course, we know that she's going to have to adhere to very strict bail conditions. That includes her reporting to a police station every week on Fridays between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. And of course, she also has to adhere to the conditions around not interfering with witnesses or actually speaking to witnesses or interfering with investigations. I just wanted to grab quickly Mr. Botha, who was representing Nastasia Jansen. Nastasia Jansen, thank you so much for your time. Perhaps just take us through how you're feeling in terms of this ruling. I mean, you worked, I think, quite hard to plead a case for your client.
Yes, to God all the glory. It is our version. It was our version from the start that there's no strong case against our client. We prove it. The investigating officer, Colonel Fireman, conceded. The judgment was right, was fair, was in our favor. I thank the magistrate for giving a fair judgment, analyzing all the information, the evidence. She got bail in the amount of 10,000 rand. She must report to the Rida police station on Fridays between 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. And she must not make contact with any state witnesses directly or indirectly via social media or instigate third parties to go and speak to state witnesses. So we've passed phase 1. We're going for phase 2 now. Is for trial. But at the end of the day, it is our attitude from the start. During trial, we're going to get a not guilty verdict because she's got nothing to do with this.
I mean, you mentioned something along the lines of she was doing her job. Pesta was dressed in a G4S uniform. She was merely just carrying out her duties.
That is correct, carrying out the duties. He was camouflaged in a G4S uniform. During trial, they must come give us that video footage. That our client, what did our client saw on the video footage when that G4S official walked out? If there's any video footages at this stage, during the bail proceedings, we could not get access to that information. But we'll see during trial what video footages do they have that is linking all the accused in this case.
Yeah. Maybe then just lastly, how has your client been doing? You know, I've been observing her in court, and she does seem quite traumatized by the whole situation.
She was very traumatized. You must remember now she worked at G4S. At some stage, they transported prisoners from G4S to the court building. So it was a really embarrassment for her, working with court officials, seeing now she's not a G4S official now, she's being detained at the holding cell. So it was quite a shock, and especially in Kimberley also. It was very difficult to consult with her because I needed to consult where one correction officer, female person must be present. So they were treated like they were high-profile criminals. But at the end of the day, our attitude was during the miserable circumstances, we're going to consult, we're going to come to court and prove to the court this is the facts, and the court grant a right and a fair judgment. Yes.
And you maintain your client is innocent and was just merely at the wrong place at the wrong time?
That is indeed so. I concede for that, and during trial, it is a not guilty verdict. I promise you that.
Thank you so much, Mr. Botha.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right, that is Mr. Botha representing Nasasa Jansen, who of course we know is the only one of the 5 accused who's been granted bail. The magistrate also in his comments saying that the state's case against her was porous.
I know that we do have that quick snippet of what the judge said a little earlier on in terms of his judgment, and the team will just show the viewer who missed it at the moment. But thank you very much, Lee. Let's leave it there for now.
I am convinced that there is a prima facie case against applicant number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. Court is also concerned about these allegations, as it appears that the offence was committed in cahoots with the people whom a trust was bestowed, that the offence was committed at a place expected to be secured and a safe place. It is hard, if not possible, to find the personal circumstances of the applicants outweighing the interest of justice in this case. I therefore find that the interest of justice do not permit the release of the applicants number 1, number 2, and number 3, and number 4 on bail, and as such, bail is denied. As for accused number 8, I intend not to waste time as to her position. State case against accused number 8 is porous, and personal circumstances before me in relation to accused number 8 serve as an open sesame for her to be released on bail. State did not prove beyond reasonable doubt that the interest of justice does not permit her release on bail. Consequently, she is admitted to a bail.